Yeah, you know, I'm a real nigga, so we can still talk. See, you heard me, but I don't want to hold you up. But I'm on live right now. I'm just letting the audience build up and everything. You heard me.
Yeah.
So I want to shout out C Freeman L for the tobacco right here. C Freeman L Ashe. C Freeman L Ashe. C Freeman L Ashe. Also Bobby Hemmett Ashe. Brother Panic Ashe. And also for the return feminine energy that's here. Ashe. And for the return feminine energy that's been here. Ashe. All the gods and goddesses known and unknown, Ashe. All family members known and unknown, Ashe. All ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. So at this time and point, I want everybody to call out their family members. So how you do this is call out the names, the last names of all family members that you know
What's
and
this?
you want to shout out to them. So all Walker family members are Shay, Johnson family members are Shay, Beckley family members are Shay, Moore family members are Shay, Jenkins family members are Shay, Williams family members are Shay. All right, see, yeah, I'm just chopping up, finna go in. And on the live, we got about 2 minutes before I go in, and we gonna do the live lecture. And this is that original natural tobacco cigarette for all you conscious motherfuckers out there tripping off of King Ladene with tobacco. C Freeman L Ashe. Yeah, see, but that's it though, man. I ain't know Big Cuzzo was with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What y'all got up though?
I'm gonna put the wall up. Fix this hole. I hit you back. I'll be live. I'll be looking at you.
All right, tap in. All right, y'all. Let's see. We're gonna get all this paperwork. We're gonna get all the paperwork ready. We only got about a minute and a few seconds left to start this lecture. We're gonna get it going, man. People still hit me up. All right, we're gonna come in, y'all. We're gonna load up and everything. Make sure that we load up and everything, y'all. Peace to everybody. This is a lecture about the 70,000. So the if anybody was in the classes for the past years, I broke this down, but now I added all the pieces together, and I still have a spiritual channel information to give out to all and give out to everybody. So it's only one brother that I will also try to call while I'm on live to see if I can get in contact with him, just to see if he remembers something. And we got a few minutes. We got a few minutes to load up on the lecture. So yeah, we got a few stuff loading up. This the 3-eye atlas breakdown too. This information I'm waiting for a lot of people load up. So anybody just like and like the video. Um, we got a minute to load up. Let's get everything in order. Got my incense ashes, getting all the notes in order. Waiting for people to load up. You know, make sure that you contact me. Um, the company numbers in the description for consultations and the next workshop. So you can contact King's Mystery School at gmail.com. King's Mystery School at gmail.com for consultations and to sign up for the next period of the Psyche workshops. And we just loading up for everybody to get in. This some powerful shit, y'all, right here. Okay, let me make sure I get everything still. Okay. I'm gonna have to still do some. Load up in, everybody, load up in. Load up in, press them likes buttons and load up in. Hey, my advice is get all your notes out so you could do this work yourself too. I'm gonna give you as much as I can give you on these channels and these readings. I'm just getting the notes in order. Like, press, it don't cost nothing to press them likes, y'all. And we loading up. Let me get this other notes. Okay, other notes and all right, other notes, and I'm gonna get the mic, and then we gonna get started, y'all. Press the like buttons for me, man. Y'all ready? Press that like button for me too, man. Finna load up in chairs. Whew. Get the mics. Make sure. Load up. Okay, mic turned up. Make sure y'all can hear me. Get the lights up. What up, what up, what up, everybody in the chat? We're loading up. Mic up. So we loading up, y'all. We still waiting for everybody to come in, load up, get everything you need, get your notebooks and everything got. Okay. I got it. I'm getting my notes ready, y'all. Bear with me. This is groundbreaking shit. Groundbreaking info. This is real, man. Shout out to everybody who also support me. Hey, King King's Mystery School at gmail.com. Any info. All right, let's make sure that I give everybody as much as I can give y'all. And it's YouTube, so I gotta let this come up, let everybody load up in, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing today out there? How y'all doing? So we tapping into today. I hey, 3-Eye Atlas. Remember y'all that NASA put out the 3-Eye Atlas information. And at the same time, I'm going to give you as much info as I can. As much info as I can. Okay. Come on up in. Come on up in. We just had 40 people coming up in. Could have been bots. All you 40 bots, press like, man. And we loading up in. Let's see. Let's get y'all right too. Let's load up in here. Move this. It's all right. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? So, The timestamp will be on the video as well. All right, let's go and tap in, y'all, man. Okay, if you not known to my style or anything, I will always get a timestamp so when the lecture start too as well. The best thing that I want you to take this as data. You get where I'm coming from? So all of this is data. And right now, all the way down, you can Google Three Eye Atlas, and you can also Google NASA information on the Three Eye Atlas. Um, is listed as comments or whatever the case may be. In this end time eschatology, we have, or using this as reference to eschatology, and through the symbology of occultism and the information of metaphysics, we are aware of what is taking place in this time and space with the information on dealing with the Three Eye Atlas. So whatever you know as the Three Eye Atlas, all the information that you could think of, this is what I want you to come in this lecture with. All this information. Don't allow me to deter you from your own beliefs. So long as you understand what this Three Eye Atlas or this unidentified flying object that is in our solar system right now, this is basically what I will want you to come in with this form of understanding. With you understanding that NASA and that the government of all leading continents and the conscious community, the spiritual community, is focused on the Three Eye Atlas, and these are photos of the Three Eye Atlas with a certain telescope filter. So you could basically get this information yourself. This is what I'm trying to say. Get all this information yourself and be able to see your own images at the same time, be able to come across this image right here and this information on dealing with the Three Eye Atlas. As far as me being a occultist and a metaphysical teacher on dealing with end time eschatology and taking myself as a master of frequency and vibration, I want you to understand the information that I'm finna drop to you, the information I'm finna give to you. As you can see, the third over here, if you zoom into that, it might look like a person with an afro. All right, so let's get right. All right. So dealing with the information, even with the world as you know it, you should know enough information about this these photos that's behind me, which is considered as the three-eye atlas or an unidentified flying object that's in our solar system. During around the pandemic is when I also gave the information around the pandemic, um, about the energy, ancestral energy, and the entities that I came in contact with. And it was a representation. It was several entities, and they was representing 70,000 that is already here right now as we know it. So this matrix that you living in, whatever religious or belief system that you believe in, it's the energy as well as the ancestral energy that's out here. And I made this public um, about 6 years ago, and as well brought it back to the forefront around the time of the so-called pandemic. So the so-called pandemic, right? And then um, fast forward into this time, how you got the three-eye atlas information that's given to you now. With me thinking about this and being aware of what's happening, with me being a occultist and a true spiritual master of energy, frequency, and vibration. Instead of me getting trapped into this information, I was receiving channels, which allowed me to bag up and to observe the information that is given out. With me not trying, I probably put this on the back end for at least a month on allowing the channels and me be able to decipher the channels and the transmissions that's coming through, the spiritual channels and spiritual transmissions that's coming through. It took me about a month to really look at this, to really give a damn about this. When I pulled back and realized, and I was able to receive more channels and transmissions, I understood that this was propaganda. With them saying the three-eye atlas and everybody saying that they are conscious, woke, spiritual beings. All of this information, all of this stuff that they saying, spiritual beings, everybody tapped in, and all of this type of shit. Everybody tapped in. All you motherfuckers is tapped in. But they are talking about something and having your mind focus on something. So all of this three-eye atlas is happening. They tell you that this is happening, and everybody is believing in that this is happening. I'm not saying it's not happening, but everybody is following suit, just like cattle or ant bed. They're going in a line believing in it. As a cultist, it allowed me to pull myself back and look at everything and the channels that I received is that all of this was pre-recorded. All of this three-eye atlas shit that they talking about. All this unidentified flying object shit that they are talking about. You also have the conscious community that is engaging in this shit. So you see how you see this right here? And it look like a woman with an afro, and then you got people talking about the three-eye atlas. So the third eye is opening at last. This is the best information that you can get from the conscious community. Nobody is telling you or articulating what I'm giving you right now. Is telling you that this shit is pre-recorded. So the time around the time and from the spiritual channels before whenever you can think of when they said it was a pandemic, the pandemic, a few years before that is when this recording is a possibility when this recording took place. They showing you something now when this so-called, if we can go and visualize around the pandemic is when the Three Eye Atlas, this video footage, all this information, all of this shit was happening. This is why they was having you to do this 6 feet away from people, not bringing your ass outside, all of this shit. You get where I'm coming from? Why would they, when have they ever told you something and something was actually happening in the time when they told you? So if this Three Eye Atlas is happening right now from the from from the data that we all receive and understand, why would they tell you something right now and have everybody comprehending and understanding something? Why would they show you something when something is happening right now? So I believe this was a pre-recording that happened during the pandemic, and it got majority of the people believing that this is happening right now. This footage, for just as what NASA is showing you and all this energy, this is what happened during the pandemic. Why would they do these type of things, or why, if this all of this was real or whatever, why, what's the purpose? What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is the purpose of this is for you to not to be able to communicate with these extraterrestrial beings or communicate with your higher self. So since you're not able to communicate with your higher self with this blockage from the matrix, from them telling you a pandemic or anything, let alone to the Three Eye Atlas that we dealing with, everybody is looking one place because they told you to look. But if you did the work and are really tapped in into the work, then you're just in a form of observing. So you're observing everything that's happening. So with the spiritual channels and also my belief and my research and my studies of actually doing this work and bearing witness to everybody in the world as well as the conscious community are tripping off of what NASA information is, as well as people talking about this oppressor shit, this government shit, the people type of energy. Why is everybody believing in everything when somebody told you that something is real? If all it is, if everybody was doing their work, everybody is tapped in, everybody is functioning, then why is everybody believing in this Three Eye Atlas is right now? The spiritual channels to me is that this is a pre-recording. This is a pre-recording that they are showing you. So the work that you should have been doing was supposed to have been happening through the pandemic. Through the pandemic, you should have been tapping into, if you was doing the work, you should have been bearing witness to a reflection error. If you were not doing the work, then the best thing that I can tell you, instead of you going through a reflection area, you would have been going through an energy of when the rabbit have the gun type energy. So the rabbit type have the gun type energy. And if you're operating on a low frequency level, you should have been in a position of doing shadow work. Higher frequency is still work to be done. So you should have been living in a reflection. So you should have been in places and points in your life to where you seen that you were in them type of places, and you seeing how somebody else will handle it, but you're not judging. So this is what you should have been in the form of the what they told you in the pandemic area. In the pandemic area, and what they tell me right now, the Three Eye Atlas was happening through the pandemic area. So all of this Three Eye Atlas shit and all of this was happening through the pandemic area. This is a pre-recording that they are showing you, and everybody is falling for this shit. That's why majority of my work is not going to be for the masses because it's the real shit. I don't come on, I'm not a content creator. I could feel the energy when to even go live or do some shit. And then when I don't do it, it be everybody that's supposed to be tapped in, aligning up with a archon type energy, allowing yourself to get sacrificed, your energy. You get what I'm saying? And whoever the hell is accomplished with this shit. So during during the pandemic, and if you can visualize the pandemic, and if you can visualize now how many distractions is happening, how much information on this interstellar comet that is now in our solar system, which is labeled as the three-eye atlas. From my belief, my channels, my research, and my studies, is showing that everything that they are showing the people of the world, and including the American people, is that this is a pre-recording. During the pandemic, my apologies for that. During the pandemic, I also was having classes and lectures where I displayed a channel and transmission of me coming in contact with beings from other dimensions and other light years. And they were linking the channels. The channels was getting linked, and the information was getting linked that it was 70,000 active energies, 70,000 active spiritual energies, 70,000 active ancestral energies that's dealing with the quantum and the spiritual realm that is here to your access. When I first heard this, bam, I'm thinking like, yeah, okay. And I knew that I wasn't here alone, that it's people it's entities, deities, energies that I'm communicating with that's of a higher realm that we can consist or label these of the ancestors. So when I received these channels through the pandemic, I wasn't able to piece everything together until last month, getting a lot of other lectures out the way, still being able to piece everything together and understanding, just the pieces and putting the pieces together to be able to come up with this puzzle. From the informations and the channels in the last classes, the last lectures that I had during the pandemic, I stated and gave information to with me engaging with these entities, and that these entities was representation of a 70,000, and that 70,000 was in communication and in cahoots with a 74,000. So the information that I was receiving is that these are active energies, vibrations, um, deities, entities, ancestral energies, whatever the case may be, primordial energies. That's how I took this. That was linking up. When I do and did the numbers, it added up to 144. So the 70,000 and the 74,000 were linking up, doing and already linked up, and was in a position of alchemizing, crystallizing during the time of the pandemic. At the same time, you had this three-eye atlas appearing around the same time. And I believe they just wasn't letting nobody know because they probably was scared shitless through all the other elders that gave this science down. And all these conscious people, woke motherfuckers, miss the window to understanding what is happening. This is why you don't want to be a part of no communities, because as the leader graduate, you can't graduate if the leader don't graduate. That's why it's always good to do this work yourself. So with these entities that I was in contact with. These entities also aligned me up with entities and where the next frequency was going. With me being a master of frequency and vibration, what people don't understand when you're dealing with vibration, frequency, and energy, what you are yet to do and what you have done is already played out in energy, frequency, and vibration. So this is the true works of somebody having a psychic ability or a sensitive ability to assist someone spiritually. This is why a lot of tarot readers do not comprehend that every individual that is set in front of them is a part of a trauma or a stage that they conquered or yet to conquer. So this is why you have to be well grounded and well balanced in dealing with anything spiritual. And this is why it's easy to see and people do not comprehend that your life pattern is just that. So what you doing everything, whether you know it or not, is creating a formula. While you walking around not doing shit or doing something, it's creating a formula that's activating your DNA. So this is how you can crystallize each chakra point, each chakra level. All of these entities and deities, and with me speaking is in reference, is aligning with your inside self. This is why your average person who haven't did the work cannot comprehend anything that I'm saying, anything I said in the before this. And it's broken down very simple. So if the three eye atlas is real, then why would they tell you something right now to where you can comprehend on what's going on right now? So they don't know shit. Your world government don't know what is happening, but they telling the public they don't know what is happening. This is pre-recorded information and documentation that happened during the pandemic. Trust me when I tell you this shit. Purchase altars from me. The Babaluaye altar for all your children and also for your youth energy. So it don't get drained, sucked, took, or sacrificed. If all these conscious people and spiritual motherfuckers is on they shit, then why are they tripping off this shit when somebody told them to trip off this shit? If you took the Zoom classes around the pandemic, you heard me talk about these 70,000 to 74,000 tribes that I came into contact with and that they were telling and saying that they are here right fucking now. So you should have been going through some form of bacteria upgrade. In the human form, you will be having a form of sickness. You get what I'm saying? At the same time, while this is happening, they already have their robots, zombies, or cyborgs. Now they also have the free will to be able to upgrade the cyborgs with the consciousness, that natural consciousness. So them lining up their robot zombies and everything to line up with the real consciousness. So the hope is the Avatar movie that they are be able to jump through these gateways. That shit is not going to happen. So this is why they play out these different scenarios because these are literally pandemics in all different shapes and forms of fashion. So why these are being taken place, why this shit is happening, or why they are showing you about the three-eye atlas, this unidentified flying object, the spiritual channels told me that this shit was happening during the pandemic. If you do the numbers of the pandemic, you can link with star systems. This is also why you have astrology. Billy Carson, my bad, y'all. That's disgusting, I know. Billy Carson also covered this with the coordinates and the correspondence of the three eye atlas, which he gave reference to show proof that this appeared in the solar system as we know it as our solar system around the 70s. You can Google this information, look up wild correspondence, three eye atlas. So this timestamp will give you around 25 years to 30 years ago. If you used to look up the same correspondence for the Betelgeuse star system, it'll be about 25, 30 years ago. So is it a possibility that was flying around, and as we know as the three eye atlas, the star system was in war, and this interstellar star left that star system around 25 to 30 years ago. A few years in our time ahead of when the Betelgeuse star system is going to destroy, destruct, explode, which the timestamp would be 30 years. So this interstellar star, few years before the system or the system, the cosmic system that it left out of or originated from, was 25 to 30 years ago. All of these correspondence line up with this vehicle being present in all these times or eras. In this time and space that we live in now, is anybody aware of them telling people that this is out here right now and everybody believing in shit? Or is it a possibility that this happened during the pandemic ahead of time to where they can get their information, their data up to where they know where to go with this, even if they don't know where to go? Majority of the people don't give a damn about nothing spiritual or nothing actual because your average motherfucker still have to get up and pay bills. So none of this shit would be useful for them. Get what I'm saying? The matrix is what the chemical dopamine and serotonin is chemically balanced too. So you got individuals that are chemically addicted to a form of comfortability in their life, in their bloodstream, in their bloodline. During the pandemic, I stated this in classes, in classes, over 4 classes, and in the lectures, that this information, before they said the three eye atlas, I described a 70,000 tribe and a 74,000 legion tribe, that the 70,000 that is linked to and always was linked to. So the whole time as this shit is going on, you had a spiritual energy. The best number that I can give you was a 70,000 that was here physically and that was able to communicate with the higher self or ancestral realm. It was about 70,000. The ancestral realm that they were communicating with was at least 74,000. I broke this down through the when the pandemic was happening. Now they talking about the three eye atlas, which is an unidentified flying object that is happening right now. Everybody, no matter what religion, no matter if you spiritual, woke, conscious, are oblivious to that they are talking about this information when somebody told them to talk about it. So with this happening, the spiritual channels told me that this is a pre-recording of the three-eye atlas. All this information they're giving you is 10 years late. The actual three-eye atlas information happened around the pandemic. Why would they do something like this? For the fear of you communicating with these entities, with these beings, with these deities, with your higher self. It's a possibility of that. At the same time, they already have cyborgs, zombies, robots, oxymorons, automatons. So with them doing that, they still have a will to align their robots, oxymorons, automatons, zombies, cyborgs to align with the natural aspect. So when this form of conscious or ascension happen, the created and the creators, they believe that these two DNAs or datas can merge and ascend together, but it's not going to happen. But they don't need everybody to believe in this. They just need the believers to believe. Because to make believe is to do just that. This is all to stop the black nobility as well. Look up Euclid Royal Art Energy. Euclid Royal Art Energy. So it's evident that you are living in a simulation. To find these things out, you can look up correspondence. The wickedest shit, the most uncomfortable thing is that everybody are professionals at everything but one thing. Even the spiritual, the woke, conscious community, all of this. They masters at everything. If I ever appear to seem like I know everything, I apologize. I don't know shit. Only thing I know is occultism, eschatology, metaphysics, and astronomy, or what people can also call astrology, but it's astronomy. I don't know everything. This is what I know. No 401k with this. I don't have no hidden agenda. None of this. So emotional intelligence is not about this. This is not about emotional intelligence. What you know as the three-eye atlas is a pre-recording. Make sure that you also be able to link up to any events that I have, any lectures that I have, because you will get way more information than just me on YouTube. It's impossible for me to give everything on YouTube. But I'm on a level to where I can give you enough to where you can do the work to break this matrix. So all of this information on the consciousness, even with the super moons aligned. So how's the super moons aligned and you still tripping off the three-eye atlas? Make sure that y'all get these likes up. Press the like button. You haven't reprogrammed yourself. It's impossible for these woke community, for these conscious community, for these business motherfucking spiritual individuals that's supposed to be running the enterprises is comprehending. If you falling for the matrix, you still falling for the woman in the red dress. And I be thinking I ain't doing my damn job. But everybody is tripping off the three eye atlas, and nobody is saying that this shit is a pre-recording, a pre-program. Ah ha ha! You already know this shit is pre. This is a pre-program, a pre-recording that took place around the pandemic time. So your ass wasn't even outside legally either when this shit was happening. I hope you understanding and comprehending what I'm saying. In a real live lecture in real time, if you was to come and pay for a Zoom lecture, or you can't be in Missouri around this motherfucking time to be physically in this damn lecture, you will hear and see a lot of fucking receipts, the actual correspondence. You have Billy Carson out here also showing you the wow correspondence. So you can also do the work yourself and to be able to comprehend what the hell I'm saying and where I'm coming from, the time and space that I'm coming from. All this information they are giving you is pre-recorded. Why are they giving you this information? So you won't be able to communicate with these extraterrestrials. You won't be able to communicate and change your DNA and crystallize your DNA on each chakra point. You won't be able to communicate with your higher self and break through this goddamn matrix. Communicate with the Morpheus, the Neo, all of these individuals. All of these individuals that's waiting and trying to phone to their primordial home school, home base, home room. This not their home, this their primordial home room. This their primordial class home room. That's all it is. So they calling this motherfucker and nobody answering. And the people that's answering, they can understand this artificial intelligence before artificial intelligence or European traditional centric views and the way the articulation or the tones that is being processed for you to be able to communicate to these other light years, these other ways. So all of this shit that we looking at, dealing with NASA and this three-eye atlas happened during the pandemic. Listen to what I'm saying. My apologies. Fuck with a real nigga. Why do it be like 300 people looking at my videos? Nobody looking to be 300 off because also I'm getting watched. I'm getting recorded. But in the same time, in my higher form, in my God self, this shit ain't nothing to me. They can't fuck with me. So motherfucker can chop up, take my shit, do whatever the fuck they want to do. Think they know some shit. This is what happens. This is why I'm always able to break through groundbreaking shit. And it's gonna take motherfuckers 10 years to even realize a motherfucker like me. I'm already gonna be on the next fucking level. But those who really channeled and opened through their heart and seen the window through their heart, through their innocence. It don't matter what your belief system is. Long as you able to fucking get yourself through the next shit without no compromising on your dignity, on your soul, your family soul, or anything, your bloodline, or none of this shit. You're not taking that to heart. You getting yourself to the next level without destroying shit else. It's that simple. This shit is for you, that one individual that listens. Cause motherfuckers, as we know it, will let a nigga like me. I've got gray hair in my face right now. I've been doing this shit going on 20 years, teaching 18 years, no 401k. Motherfuckers spending money and still going against you, still talking behind your back, telling you they love you, getting this information. All of this. At 39, we seeing who do the work. At this time and space, we seeing who really do this work. How are you doing the work? How are you comfortable with believing in any motherfucking body? And they are believing in and watching and looking whatever time this so-called oppressor or this government or the motherfuckers that's running this shit, playing with this dark man, all this shit, you doing everything they tell you to do. And they say, look at some shit, you looking at this shit. How is that possible? How are you on your shit? How is it possible that you really doing your motherfucking work? How? All this shit is a pre-recording, man. They playing with your head. They don't want you to have in contact with these motherfuckers. Just your energy alone of just your energy alone of wanting to know the unknown will save you. But everybody is on their shit because this matrix ain't shit. When would that one person realize if I'm on my shit and I'm saying this matrix ain't shit, then this shit will have to be illusion, not just an illusion or a simulation. I'm controlling it. So what am I supposed? Why nobody never have nothing to do about this shit? Abundance, abundance, abundance. Why nobody have nothing to do about this shit? When the government says the three-eye atlas, why is everybody looking and tripping off of this shit then? Instead of having a real spiritual transmission, a real spiritual channel with your higher self from a remote area or an ancestor that's operating, that's still alive from a remote area, or a past life family member that is operating from a remote area to tell your ass what the fuck is happening, let alone the plants, the trees, the animals, the north, south, west magnetation to let you know, your ass know what the fuck is happening. Why the fuck nobody is doing this motherfucking shit then? Why everybody is on point and in the right spot and nothing to learn, but it's still so much to learn. But everybody's still tripping off this motherfucking three-eye atlas, but your ass is on motherfucking point. How is that fucking possible? How are you on point? And they told you about the three-eye atlas, right? And motherfuckers' egos are so big to where they will say that they already knew about this damn three-eye atlas and shit, whatever the fuck. But you tripping off it now. You decided to regurgitate information right now. What the hell is that? The three-eye atlas, this is a pre-recording, you stupid motherfucker. So all you 50 motherfuckers that came over and didn't press the like button and just got off thinking this, you control this some shit, but you scared because you know it's some real spiritual shit. But you upholding the illusion instead of coming over here and letting the dark overrule the light. So allowing what's hidden to come and being shown. You don't want to be in that shit because you's afraid, ain't you? You's a scary nigga, and you let a real nigga like me sacrifice my life and prove that this shit is bullshit. And everybody left me in the motherfucking cold. And I'm still doing this motherfucking work, and nobody is there with me. This is how life is to that one motherfucker that's there. This is why I wait till my shit come on and all this fucking shit, because I'm not a content creator, motherfuckers. Are you getting a motherfucking message? All this information and all I could ever do is give you data off my research. This not meant for you to believe in shit. Now, if you listening to this data right now, this research right now, how the fuck is everybody tripping off the three-eye atlas right now? How the fuck is everybody tripping off the three-eye atlas and they supposed to be spiritual and woke? This is a pre-recording that happened during the pandemic. They telling you motherfuckers that this shit is happening right fucking now. That's what's happening. The mind control is fucking real. Nobody believe in this fucking shit though. They've been
recorded this shit, didn't know what the fuck was happening, and told everybody to fucking stand the fuck in and start taking this shit so they can see who the fuck theirs is and who are they are. They them. So they planning and plan for a ascension to happen with a natural ascension and a scheduled man-made ascension. So whatever zombies, oxymorons, automatons, this is why you have everybody going to the same shit. It's the same shit all the way to the Afrocentric movement. That a retrograde, even you stupid tarot readers, all you spiritual motherfuckers ain't doing this motherfucking work. What you know is spiritual shit is what you didn't reprogram your ass through religion, through an institution. So this is what's happening. So if it's kicking people body, if it's kicking people off, I'm obviously blackballed, but I'm not gonna wear that suit. As much people as looking, this is as much as I can go. I'm not gonna strive. I'm not a content creator. Everything you know, as this 3-eye atlas shit had already happened through the pandemic. Dealing with epigenetics, this is a possibility why the government worldwide was scared shitless. Law wise, worldwide, you have something called ratification. In America, you have something called taxes. So ratification would be like the leading 7 continent taxes, let alone on how they dealing with humanity. So the UN is a part of this. What you don't know that it's a ratification or the tax law on these leading continents is supposed to show how they treating humanity and tax. You got 7 years of them going through all the leading continents and the continents paperwork. You get what I'm saying? Dealing with humanity and taxes. The UN is a part of this. When Donald Trump came in, it was an extension on the ratification. Whenever there's an extension on a ratification or a form of tax, you can say something ain't right, or you can say that they're just going back over numbers, making sure that what they came out with and came up with is right. Metaphorically and metaphysically speaking, this is what the ratification is. This is what you are going through right now in this matrix. So you got all the leading continents. If you know, let alone if you're in America, you know how the so-called oppressors are. These so-called Europeans are the so-called foreigners are, or the so-called invaders are. What all the continents and world leaders are doing is acting as if as that they are for all the people. The main thing that's been hidden is how they doing the aboriginal things of land all around the world. So while the ratification is happening, you got these motherfuckers, whether they white or black, whatever religion it is that they are doing the right thing by the humans. That's it. Oh, the document, oh, the paperwork ain't right. It's sure that we little money here and there. Oh, that ain't right. Then these people ain't doing the right thing. We gonna fire them, hold this or whatever. So it's a form of a motherfucker getting their shit off letting everybody get their shit off, but when the big boss come around, you acting like you always on your shit, and when the people that's slacking, you don't know what the fuck is happening. You get where I'm coming from? That type of energy. This is what the fuck you living in right now, the ratification, ever since Biden ended. So America shit is set up. Whether you believe that motherfucker is with you or not with you or whatever the case may be, the shit is a setup for they ass to save their own ass. So even what's happening right now is not the aboriginal job. Far as the black man and the black woman of America, that shit don't have shit to do with you. So everything you work for, everything that you know is bullshit. Since the pandemic, you should have been comprehending and moving towards that. Everything that you wanted to do, you should have been believing in yourself and moving it forward towards that. If you didn't do that, then all these retrogrades, all these portals, you didn't jump through. You didn't make it through. Make sure you click that like button. This is why occultism is needed, especially in this time and space, so you can understand symbology, because this is all they have left. Is doing a bunch of shit, but actually showing you their chess move, which is a checkers move through symbology. I hope and I want and I know that it's an individual out there that know and see how, God dang it, I've been doing this for a long time. Do you know how much shit that I had to sacrifice just doing research, just doing what I wanted to do? But you got niggas that can be out here that ain't shit. They did what they wanted to do, but they able to be not shit. You got lame ass niggas, rich niggas, fuck niggas, whatever the fuck it is. White motherfuckers. You got people able to do whatever the fuck they want to do, but this shit right here that I'm doing, it's the hardest thing that anybody can motherfucking do. And that's the occultism, which is the real spirituality. Listen to what I'm saying. The occultism is to have you to unlock the symbology and your own fucking matrix. It makes you go within your own shit and decipher the shit to get through traumas or whatever the gates that's locked. You will have the code to break in your own self, to have your own mythology. This is why through every lecture I give you my own mythology, and people think even the photos that I show is AI. It all, but this is a part of the law of polarity. There's no way you can run away from the law of polarity. The law of polarity, in layman's terms, if you're liked by everyone, it's still going to be a motherfucker that don't like you. You're having a good day, something is going to happen for you to have a bad day. There's nothing you can do about this. Even science can prove this. In Hermetic text, you will find this out to be the law of polarity. This is one of the 7 laws that governs this matrix. If people know Hermetics, then why is motherfuckers tripping off the 3-eye fucking atlas as if this shit is really happening right fucking now? The 3-eye atlas happened through the pandemic, you stupid motherfuckers. The 3-eye atlas shit, this shit they showing you happened through the pandemic. So, far as law in this physical matrix, you're gonna have the same president, you stupid motherfuckers. So you're going to have a polarity president, one for Republican, one for Democrats. What about the conservative liberals? Did you hear what the fuck I said? Trump, it's a possibility Trump going to be the president, the last. Then you're going to have a Democratic president, a democracy president. And it's a possibility that that's going to be Michelle Obama. So this fake, you got your own choice type of propaganda is what is finna fucking take place. Y'all motherfuckers need to really do the work and get y'all shit up, man. Cause now you have kids getting grown and believing in you grown motherfuckers. And it looked like that y'all ain't shit but some scary motherfuckers. Everything y'all saying y'all ain't, y'all that. These people telling you about the 3-eye atlas, you oblivious to this being pre-recorded. When I engaged in the 70,000, they told me that they was always here. So a lot of the people that was doing the work that was going opposite of this matrix, that shit was getting heard. And you know this through the evidence and the data. The majority of the world didn't believe it, but this shit was still taking place. So in layman's terms, people was living a la-di-da life, but always knew that something wasn't right, but couldn't put their hands on it. Oblivious and ignorant to the fact. Ignorant to the fact is no excuse that this shit is really a simulation and a fucking illusion, or that people are really doing this work while you're not doing the work and oblivious of this. So this is exactly what the hell was happening. This is why everything you know is a pre-recording dealing with the 3-eye atlas. This happened during the pandemic. Keeping y'all ass away from each other, away from your family members. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy and still saying y'all spiritual. Wearing the pandemic mask. So all you woke motherfuckers, all you spiritual motherfuckers that's supposed to be spiritual leaders that leading you crazy motherfuckers down the wrong fucking path. When they telling you about the 3-eye atlas, everybody is looking at, not realizing this is a pre-recording. I dropped the info. I put the pieces together for me to even give you a half-ass lecture right now. The Zoom lectures, the Discord lectures, them the real lectures while I'm giving you every fucking thing. The 3-eye atlas, as you know it, is a pre-recording. They wouldn't tell you some shit that's happening right motherfucking now, and your ass can go outside all willy-nilly and try to contact these motherfuckers. All you crazy niggas that's grounded and all this motherfucking shit. That's why even all you crazy motherfuckers, if you can go back off of your channels that you was getting, not your YouTube content creator channels, but your so-called spiritual transmissions, spiritual channels, just go over your own shit and listen to your own shit. Trust me, you will have pieces that link you to what I am saying, pieces that will link you to this form of understanding. Nobody would never put themselves in a place to why do we believe everything that's on the TV, but even if there's one motherfucker that don't have the views, which is a part of a system, a centric view system that you supposedly broke out of, but you're in, and if nobody is on it, they not tapped in. You motherfuckers is robot clones. Never reprogrammed your brain. You never reprogrammed yourself when you came into anything new. That's just simple as that. So all this shit that you talking about that you on right now is what I will list as new. You never reprogrammed yourself. All you doing is playing agent and allowing each chakra system, each molecular form of your body, each cell of your body to play agent, informant to what's against you, which is an archine energy. You got That's why you got AI wars right now. Everybody tell you about the three-eye atlas as well as what's spiritual, as well as what's your higher self, Akashic records as fucking well. Nobody having a supreme primordial fucking source. Everybody was judgmental before Chat GPT and AI. So you motherfuckers are AI, artificial fucking intelligence. You can have something real and create it to artificial intelligence. How do you do that? You mimic the real shit and you put it in front of a falsehood. So you can take a real image and just move the board, just move the piece. That's all you got to do. They don't even know. They still over here while the game is being played over here. This is the only thing that could always happen, you stupid motherfuckers. All these elders that y'all saying that y'all listen through all these years, they gave you the game. And y'all ain't listening. Y'all ain't paying attention to none of this shit. There's no way you could pay attention to none of this shit. Cause I'm the only motherfucker that I know that talked to the 70,000 when they told y'all ass that this was a shutdown during the pandemic. I'm the only motherfucker that spoke on that and didn't bring the shit public. I spoke on it publicly through the classrooms and the Zoom classrooms and the private lectures. I didn't put this on no social media platform. That's what the hell I'm saying. Going past 6 years later, they give you a three-eye atlas. So the three-eye atlas recording and every information, this shit happening when the pandemic was happening, you stupid motherfuckers. But y'all is unoblivious. Don't try to jump on my shit now because everybody is believing this shit is happening right now because NASA told you. But you tapped in and you did the work. So these motherfuckers is already here right now. You looking at one of them right now. These are crystallized chakra points at the same time. But you oblivious to this. You still doctrinated. So these are opposite beings outside of yourself. All of this is happening on the inside of you. So all of this UFO, all this three-eye atlas, third eye at last could possibly be your third eye opening and really atlasing and aligning your chakra points to crystallize to become a supreme being. This is the possibility that could be possibly happening of these unfortunate events that's happening right now. Planes, helicopters dropping out the sky because the tectonic plates, the transition, just like in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. You are the glitch. So in this time and space, what is the outcome? What are you supposed to be doing? You should be able to tap into your higher self, getting in tune with your higher fucking self. Because that higher self are these beings on this ship. Your higher self is within, which is the 144,000, the 70,000 that I spoke to during the pandemic that told me that yes, it's 70,000, but they are in cahoots with another 74,000 that's a part of a 10,000 legion. So 74,000, each thousand of that 74,000 have its own 10,000 legion. This is a part of what's coming back right fucking now. I broke this shit down during the fucking so-called pandemic. I don't give a nobody was listening. Who gives a fuck? Nobody's gonna listen. This is the Matrix. Everybody still want to be Neo and looking for Morpheus when it's you. All of this shit was happening during the so-called pandemic. So if you was on your shit, then you should have been bearing witness to a reflection age. If you are on your shit and you're not there yet, you should have been bearing witness to shadow work. You shouldn't have been bearing witness to when the rabbit have the gun. You always this victim mentality shit. They just now getting it. Nobody's saying this shit. You should have been at the point in time in your life. If you operating on your shit, you dealing with the reflection area. So when you see people in the same spaces and the same times where you been in, doing what they want to do and they didn't do what you did, sacrifice your shit, you're not judging them. That's what you should have experienced. Your shadow work, you should have been going through your own fucking traumas and seeing that you the cause of every fucking thing. Nobody is doing shit. You should have been bearing witness to this. Now they telling you to trip off the three-eye atlas, and this is what the fuck you doing. You didn't do no reflection work, you didn't do no shadow work, but you on point with the retrogrades, all of this shit. You motherfuckers is fucking clones. And I believe this is enough time to give you motherfuckers. I will have another event for the lecture. All this cursing is protection off of you idiots, goddamn me. And you lingering fucking energies. And my apologies. Let me calm down. I will be having another event, another party event, and another lecture event. So all lectures you will be able to attend, and all parties you will be able to attend. Go back. The three-eye atlas that NASA is telling you is all pre-recorded. I know that this is to be true off of the spiritual challenge that I received during a pandemic. The three-eye atlas, this is when that happened. So they telling you, look at this shit now. All you doing is extending the life on this simulation or this illusion. At the same time, you're not crystallizing your chakra points to become a supreme being. You're not communicating with your higher self and other beings to be able to break through this damn matrix. So you are still thinking that you are doing something, but you are up under hypnosis from your own hologram. That's what is happening right now. That is what's taking place right now. I hope that I know that this will get through, but I get blocked a lot. So you have your Aurora Borealis, which is like these colors in the sky. You have weather change and all of this. This is due to high electricity that's happening. NASA also did a tether experiment over 20 years ago, going on 20 years ago. A tether experiment to where they sent a tether electricity cord up in space, and all these unidentified anomalies, phenomena was happening, and unidentified flying objects was going to this tether cord. This was a test on them illuminating and manipulating as above, so below with electricity. With them needing electricity all around is like a cheat sheet so they can see in the dark, in so many words. That's why you have Wi-Fi boxes. That's why you have smartphones, iPhones, all of this. Data, servers that's picking up off of a quantum field, electric wise. When spiritually, you could pick up off this quantum field morphogenically and bioluminescence wise. Everything travels through electricity energy. So they are trying their best to monitor and catch what's going on to keep living and allowing this simulation and illusion to keep existing. The main corpus of that is you. Not doing the work, not believing in yourself, believing in everything outside of yourself is real. Just because you are carbon doesn't mean shit. You could be the perfect, just like these fried raviolis, the perfect dish. The perfect seasoning for archon energy. That's why you have cyborgs, just like psychology, just like your psyche work, just like your psyche ways, which runs everything. This is preparing for the great separation of the 2027. So what can save you is a neuromelanin activation. I have a lot of calls, people bearing witness to glitches that's happening in this matrix as well. Time glitch, phones glitching, all types of weird shit happening. The glitch is you. You are the glitch. You are the matrix. You are the angel, the God, the devil. You got to conquer yourself to get out of here, man. All these celebrities, Kanye West, Lil Wayne, this is what they are suffering from. They are suffering from them rebeaming their own records to them. So whatever they thoughts was that they didn't conquer, whatever actual spiritual levels they didn't conquer, will fall into the ego form, which falls into an archon energy. So they beam this energy back on certain individuals. Majority of these individuals, majority of them don't have to be celebrities as well. But dealing with Kanye West and Lil Wayne, they are beaming a 2004 Kanye West, Lil Wayne on Kanye West and Lil Wayne. So they beaming these frequencies on them, on these individuals. Believe me when I tell you this shit. And you looking at Kanye West and Lil Wayne and thinking these motherfuckers crazy or whatever the fuck. But these are just simply cyborgs in zombie state. To dumb this down and make it more comfortable, these are humans having a human side effect. So you said people having side effects. This is what majority of us have is human side effects. You really always having a human side effect, just believe it or not. They won't tell you this shit. If this is not true, then all the way down to the spiritual science form, religious form, then how do we find ourselves in this time and space where everybody is on the same type of information? All the way down to dealing with the three-eye atlas right here. These are different filters dealing with the three-eye atlas. Why is nobody, why no, not one person saying this is regurgitated information and this information happened during the pandemic? So why everybody looking out here right now, this shit happened during the pandemic. So you missed crystallizing yourself, tapping into these other dimensions, vortexes, engaging with your higher self, engaging with these higher beings, these different states of minds, these different states of outcomes, lives, your livelihood, changing the truth, changing the matrix to expose the truth. The truth is that you are responsible and you have the ability to change your own freaking world. High EMF frequency readings. This is their forms of black magic that will put you in a zombie-like state. So I'm bearing witness to everybody in a zombie-like state and believing that they are operating off their highest capacity. This the upcoming lecture, the subliminal attack, the subliminal blatant attack on children. This is part of the thumbnail that's next. I could do this later on today, but this is scheduled for tomorrow. This is scheduled for tomorrow, the subliminal on subliminal blatant attack on kids and children. I want to thank everybody that came out and supported the Party with the Gods lecture as well. So this right here is on the back of a spaceship, right? Doing the movie, the Moonwalker movie with Michael Jackson. So when it zoom out, this TV is on the back of a spaceship. This is the three-eye atlas. So how you have right here, that third form right here, that third photo, how you have, this is equivalent to how you have jets and airplanes with the continent on it. You have an Israel flag on a jet, American flag on a jet. So when you zoom in on a telescope on a three-eye atlas, this is almost the equivalent to a person, an Afro symbol on a spaceship. If anybody old enough to remember the moonwalk, the Moonwalker movie documentary with Michael Jackson, and on a spaceship, he got this. He's showing this. See the synchronicity? The synchronicity and metaphysical symbology behind this is ancestral form, youth DNA, the imagination realm, the magic realm. So this is our people. This is us within on the outs the within us first, aquamizing, crystallizing the chakra points to become the moonwalker or the supreme being that Michael Jackson turned into the moonwalker. This is an up close photo of the three-eye atlas. That's why occultism and metaphysics is also good. So this is all of the three-eye atlas. And this is of the Michael Jackson photo movie off of the moonwalker. So this the TV that's on the back of a spaceship that's outer space. This is the three-eye atlas that's outer space, that's in our solar system. That's a part of the spaceship. This is the close-up. So this could be a photo that's on a spaceship or an image that's on the three-eye atlas spaceship. All this is linking up with also what I'm saying is that this is a possibility of a pre-recording that happened during the pandemic. And all the whole conscious woke community. That's why my shit, you have to tune in or fuck with me to get the full disclosure of this shit. You can't take my shit and say what I mean on this shit. You see this matrix that we live in, and I have to doctor and protect my shit with what you see this shit as. The information have to be protected with my image, my curse word, everything that tells you that I don't know shit, I'm not shit, or whatever the case may be. That is the protection over this information, over this information. You hear that shit? Over this information. If you don't see the resemblance in this, then you not fucking tapped in. I don't know what else to tell you. This is also a photo that was on the backside of the moon. Make it make sense, y'all. And when I got this information was on Mars. So over 20 years ago, they said that this shit was on Mars, in a spaceship on Mars. Now this is turned into a mean and a stitch and saying that this was found on the backside of the fucking moon. So this don't have shit to do with this. Don't have shit to do with this. Don't have nothing to do with this. None of this. None of this. All of this is aligned with everything. That you are not alone. No, this shit is not equal. Close up. Close up. Let these images sit on you, man. They've been trying to kill me, man. I could have made content out of them trying to kill me, or still living my life and jumping in these damn light years in these dimensions and proving that we are unstoppable. We are not just here. You are not alone. So Google Wow Correspondence, 3-Eye Atlas. The Wow Correspondence of the 3-Eye Atlas will show that this same unidentified flying object came in the 70s, like 77. The reason why I utilize or want you to be able to do your own research, also jot down this documentation, is because this is what they do not expect anybody to be able to do, let alone be able to articulate. You have a book by Gavin and Yvonne Frost. Gavin and Yvonne Frost. Gavin, Gavin, Yvonne, Yvonne Frost. And it's called Gavin and Yvonne Frost, Astro Travel. Astro Travel. And then get you have a book called Sexual Alchemy by Donald Tyson. These are all publications that you can utilize, or I can utilize as reference work of the psyche power and lucid dreaming or astral travel. The possibilities of that and the truth of that and the reference of that. So any consultations, psyche workshops, King Mystery School at gmail.com, KING mystery school at gmail.com for any consultations and to get information on the upcoming psyche workshops that I do periodically year round. So in this time and space, my advice is to not observe your life, but observe this matrix. Observe your thoughts instead of observing your life. I also shared a short video, observation particle experiment, to where you can understand this on a more advanced level. Observation particle experiment. It should show you a cartoon of science experiment of the wave slit experiment. So wave slit experiment, wave slit observation experiment, observation particle experiment is how you can find this visual on YouTube or something. So you can better to be aware and better have a better understanding of observing your thoughts and not observing your life, at the same time understanding the true spirituality, to be able to observe everything and not have the emotionalism attached, so where you can be unbiased and be able to get your own self out of this shit and don't need nobody else. Shit, even me, I like to hear it. I would love to support, but I'm not a content creator. I'm not a part of no community or anything like that. So this is why I also try my best to give the work and try to not sound like I want anybody a part of the community or to follow anything that I'm fucking saying. Because you still will have to do the work yourself. And this is also why I have events, actual physical lecture events and workshops and consultations, so you can indulge in the matrix, so you can break through the matrix and not just be on the internet regurgitating anything and thinking you knowing something. You get what I'm saying? And not doing anything actual. So to regurgitate or go over this information, the spiritual channels that I receive of the Three Eye Atlas is that it is a pre-recorded. During the pandemic, I received channels and transmissions and interacting with spiritual entities that represented themselves as an aboriginal energy, a primordial energy that existed and that was dealing with magic their whole life, which as far as they understand it. The best way I can put this shit is that this 70,000 always was dealing with a quantum magic, which is of 74,000, which each of that 74,000 is a part of the legion of 10,000. With about a month ago, I did the math of the 70,000 and the 74,000, which led me to the number 144, was also allowed me to receive another channel on that. This is the opening and the crystallization and the activation of the 144 cells, energies, chakras that's within us that's coming back online. Let alone they said that they were in contact with other energies. The total around that time was about 200,000, I believe. So it's going to be a total of 200,000, or should be a total of 200,000 that's already resurrected in this time and space as you know it, this matrix as you know it. So with it being from 144,000 and with the numbers they told me that that was also coming and linking up, it added up to like 200,000. So this outside of the 70 and the 74 that I contacted through the pandemic. So metaphysically, while the pandemic was happening, you had an activation within oneself. You had an activation within yourself that activated 144,000 cells and crystallized chakra points all at once to bring you into a supreme being, a God body type being. Majority of the people fell for the shit when they said it was a pandemic. They abide by the rules, even if they didn't get a shot. The energy never was within a self. So my whole life thinking that I was a failure, taking a hard route, but really never going through or having the same shit as somebody with a doctorate or whatever the case may be. The electricity and this matrix is so real to where you will even doubt yourself, judging yourself with this simulation or this illusion or this matrix or this world as you know it. This is why through the pandemic, even if you was operating off of the higher self or really did the work, it was still a work for you to do that was literally against you that you wasn't even supposed to be able to conquer. Let alone it was work for the lower resonance and the lower frequency people. So the lower frequency people should have been doing shadow work when the higher frequency people or the people that's doing the work would have had to go through a reflection work. So the shadow work people is very slim, and the majority of people never make it out of doing the shadow work because everything to dumb everything down and get it straight to the shit. Your lower self, people usually hard it's hard to understand and believe that, which is the first law of hermetics, that all law and all that you experience is mental and mental. So if it's mentalism, then you're responsible for everything. How you take, think, and look at everything is exactly how it's going to come to you. This is really hard for majority of the people, and majority is a understatement for how many people that really believe in this shit. And you also notice because for people to cling to anything spiritual, and this really is nothing of that magnitude. To go against the grain is the hardest, sickness, ridiculous, nothing profitable in that, no matter what it is. If you could imagine being a on a basketball team and you want to be a tennis player, that's going to be very hard for you. So that's the same form of the true spirituality. So it's not just you thinking you the shit and playing a victim mentality. Is you actually doing the work, and the work just happened to be going against the grain, making this matrix not being real, but you keep going and you keep having results. So you're not going to be going through a loop. You're not going to be going through a judgmental stage. Should nothing be judging you in this point in time? If you in a point of judgment, and this how stupid we are, that people be like, ain't nobody judge. I'm the boss of my shit. You are in a form of judgment because you haven't did nothing out of the norm. So do something and people will look at you wrong without going against your moralism, without going against your what you like, how you carry yourself. You hear me? Your dignity, without lowering your dignity. So how are you understanding anything quantum and you never passed science, physics, chemistry, quantum science, But now you understand all alchemy shit. It don't work like that in no form, shape, or fashion. Nor do you have to take time and all this shit, none of this, or somebody giving you some shit. No, the real work. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers can only think that you have to go through some shit to get to some shit. You can't even say that nowadays because a motherfucker would never go through some shit, but you can't tell them they didn't. So have you really reprogrammed yourself to understand anything for real? So have you erased like okay, I have a notebook and it's the alphabets, but this another notebook with the alphabets with a different style. Let me forget this and just focus on this and go through that. Boom. You get through all of that and see where it gets you instead of carrying this information, bringing it, and then you got the new book. You got this, but you bringing it into this. So now you got this on top of the new information. No, this spiritual shit don't work like that. The true spiritual shit, occultism and metaphysics is I read this, but I'm not going to lose this data. Even if I forget a little bit, that's natural. This is a clear slate. Let's go and look at this data. Boom, boom. That's why you lot of motherfuckers is straight idiots. A bunch of dumbasses that's full of fucking storage and don't have enough storage to even update or to even download. So you're not understanding that you're a God having a human side effect. So get this other book, The Barque, Barque, and it's a form of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. That's another book you can also get. So if you can imagine your body being um, the first iPhone and you're trying to upgrade to the new recent iPhone or the new recent Android, you're the first Android or old Android trying to run an updated system. You're gonna overload. You're gonna burn the hell up. You're not gonna have enough data to download. You're not gonna have enough data to downgrade. You get what I'm saying? So this is why you also bearing witness to like a form of a crash out season right now, a burnout season. You have to activate the neuromelanin. You have to activate your neuromelanin. This is also what separates black women from any other woman as well. The mitochondrial DNA that involves um, your neuromelanin. So we receive this from our black mother. You get where I'm coming from? So this is what separates the black woman from every other species on this motherfucking planet, let alone the black man as well. But this come from the black woman. The feminine energy that's returning is all action. So it's a feminine energy returning. Let alone do anybody realize how these conscious motherfuckers is giving you the image and the details to where you can visualize of what they saying and it sound like it's a bunch of niggas on the ship. It could be a bunch of black women on this motherfucker and niggas being the motherfucking employees energy. The soldier forms. The black women is running these ships, and the black man is the motherfucker shoulders, soldiers. So that could be a possibility. That could most definitely be a possibility. Is anybody realizing how all these motherfuckers, white or black, are talking about men on these motherfucking ships? Are you hearing that? So this is a fucking psyop program that's fucking happening to you, a reprogram on your motherfucking ass to go back into the masculine fucking energy, the masculine propaganda. You thinking a woman running shit, but it's all masculine fucking energy. This is also the propaganda that could be possibly going on right now. Let alone this shit happened during the time when they told you the pandemic was happening, man. All y'all doing is work. Y'all need to get y'all shit together and really do this motherfucking work. How would you do the work and you don't know shit is to be fluent with your work. Be fluent with your understanding. Cause you niggas can't even talk fluently right now. I'm 40. Homeschool my kids and everything. So I'm homeschooling French and fucking Spanish. So I had a long time to go to realize and wish that I would have listened in Spanish and French class. So I can teach my kids this. But navigation, commerce, and trade is also what they took from us. So while they doing this three eye atlas shit, this is also what is getting reset. Your commerce, navigation, and trade. But like niggas would do, y'all would let a scholar die and then y'all would say how real a motherfucker is, let alone to a dumbass fucking rapper. God damn. So we living in we've been in a sacrificial realm. So where something vulgar would have to happen for anybody to fucking listen right now. Or to let alone believe that it's true and real. Why is it millions of things happening at once right now? Do anybody even realize that? Why is all of this shit that you can classify as negative, and if you think you know some shit as a distraction, why is this shit happening right now? Then what the hell is actually going on right now? You're supposed to be in a form of bliss while your vehicle is already paid for and you finna hop in it. So it's the same as buying a vehicle or a home is already purchased, but you're not in there yet. That stage, you already got it. You ain't in there yet. That's this stage right now. I already bought the car, but I'm not. I ain't in there yet. I got it. I got to whatever. Got to prove of the house, everything, the land, whatever, the loan, grant, whatever the hell. That stage that we in right now is a consciousness and as an intelligence. But you have way more than what you believe in, and it don't really fucking matter. That's not even in the area of what I'm displaying to you right now, their own understanding, because everything that they know and have, it have to be aligned with a form of agitation or a form of invocism from outside of their motherfucking self. So even if you get invoked, that these motherfuckers is not getting the channels to be able to comprehend what the hell is going on right now. The Three Eye Atlas is a pre-recording. that happened during the pandemic, the pandemic. So if this shit don't get uploaded, you know why then, motherfuckers. The Three Eye Atlas is a pre-recording that happened during the pandemic. Why would they show you this shit right now? And if they are showing you this shit right now, why you're not acting how you were acting or how you wanted to act when the pandemic happened? So how everybody was like, oh, I should have did this, or next time, as soon as it stop, I'm gonna do this. That type energy. All of this shit that you seeing now, y'all, is pre-recording. You living in a Truman Show, y'all. Wake the fuck up. I wish I can't even go deep in on none of my lectures no more because y'all got too many content creators. So I gotta recite the same shit so I can wake you the fuck up. You getting information that is given to you, regurgitate. This shit is not this shit happened when the world was the world as you know it is over with and you making this shit exist, motherfuckers. That's why ain't nothing working out for you. Cause this shit been over with and you still making this shit fucking exist. All of this shit that you seen is a pre-recording. So if they told you that this 3-Eye Atlas was happening and they said the pandemic, what the fuck was you what would you be doing? That's what you should be doing right now. So if it's I'll be acting like it ain't even happening, what you should be doing that shit right now. But you not because it's not a pandemic, you able to get out, whatever the fuck, whatever the case, whatever, boom, boom, boom. You still getting aligned with a vampiric energy and you're being trapped into the will, thinking that you doing everything for your fucking self, but you still upholding the illusion. That's why everything that you thinking you supposed to be doing right, that you need to do, is not gonna never benefit you in the next 3 to 5 to 10 fucking years because somebody or some other entity and energy is controlling it. And if you really look at it, it's the same shit that you've been on that's not going to benefit you. So you're going against your own self and the ancestors, the spiritual shit been telling you this shit. So this is why ain't shit been working. Because you're not supposed to be doing this shit. But then a motherfucker would judge somebody like me doing this. And would think a motherfucker is crazy. But y'all all are running a fucking rat race right now. Looking crazy as shit. Nobody's saying that this shit is pre-recorded. All you conscious motherfuckers ain't saying that this shit is pre-recorded. Please look at the motherfucking shit. This the same as this. Moonwalk Moonwalker fucking movie with Michael Jackson. This video TV screen was on the back of the 3-Eye Atlas or on the back of a spaceship. It's the 3-Eye Atlas on different filters through the telescope. This is a photo they saying now that's on the backside of a moon from a spacecraft with a being on the inside with dreads. 20 years ago, they were saying that this shit was on the backside of Mars. Up close, up close, up close with it. Nobody gonna give you this science like me, man. Cause I'm really in this shit. I'm not even here right now, but I'm here. We really tapped in, man. Press that like button, share the video, whatever you got to do to get this at one person, to motivate them to keep going, keep living outside the norm, keep believing in themselves. Share, like, subscribe, click the notification button so you will know when I'm going live. Screenshot anything that I'm giving you. Write down any book reference that I'm giving you. Gavin and Yvonne Frost. Donald Tyson books. Do your psyche work, understanding your psyche work. Your psyche magic is what conscious magic, spirituality is. Don't keep being allowed to be played with out here, y'all. And I'm out of here. I want to thank everybody. Catch me tomorrow with the next lecture tomorrow. I'll see everybody tomorrow. I love y'all. I love your higher self. Peace to everybody. All love. Um, keep showing us the support. Okay, Cash App, $ Financial Fanatic for any donations, psyche workshops, and consultations, spiritual consultations. $ Financial Fanatic. And I want to thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. All love.